Well, good morning from Cord Art. I want to have a bit of fun today, really, making a tutorial on this. What is he? He's an emoji, isn't he? Well, a lot of people call him something else, but I'm going to call him a colourful emoji. So, how do we go about making one of these? Well, it's basically a Japanese square knot throughout. Few little bits and pieces where you've got to join the cords together. The starting point's a bit of an issue for some people, and then the finishing point is touch of super glue on there to finish it off. The eyes, well, the eyes are what they are. You can make them from what you want. If you look at this one, on this eye, I'll probably do this one again. I like the look of it. It's just some garden nylon twirled around. That's the white stuff. Round and round and round. It's about a mil in diameter. And it's just, as we go round in a Catherine wheel sort of style, we'll glue it so it gets bigger and bigger to about that size. Again with some black similar, and then just bordered round with the black, all about 1 mil or very close to 1 mil the cord on the eye. The mouth is 2 mil of white, again sort of twirling it around, and as you can see I've cut it in half in the end and then lined it with 2 mil black. So that being said, let's see where we're going to start. Now I've actually done, we can just show you on the inside there, 11 inches of the purple, 6 inches of the grey, the green is then 5 inches of knot, yellow I've come down to 4 inches, and then the red is another 6 inches. I've just been working out how much cord you need to make per inch, and I've come up with that the whole of this, excluding the mouth and the eyes, would take you to about 50 to 55 feet of cord. But I've actually worked out how much cord we need for the first 11 inches. The 11-inch piece, you need 2 pieces of about 110. I've cut some 110 there, 2 pieces of 110. But we want to start this process off with this Japanese square knot, which is like that. I'm just using this as a test piece because wielding this 110 inch 2 times 110 pieces is quite something. So how we're going to make this, I mean, I've watched YouTube and I thought that this was the best way of making this or starting this knot off. Okay, so you've got 2 pieces, want to join them together. And as I say, there's a couple of ways that you can start. So this is take 2. I messed the first one up. So yeah, make a loop, bring up another loop like so. So we've got a double loop. Let's see if I can get that on. So we've got a double loop like that. We're going to, with the next piece of cord, bring it up through that loop, take it right across the top of that piece. So that's all it is over that piece. Bring it round under. So here we are again, underneath. Then the idea is that we put it down through the bottom loop. Bring it together slowly. And there's your beginning point, a Japanese square knot. Now, at this point, I'll just show you, it's got a nice little line across there, so you know that that's going to be the top, and we're going to be tying the knot up that way. So that nice little, so that's the base, but it does look quite sweet. at this point you can see that these are, well, they're nearly in line, but if you say, for instance, this one, where you find the longest one can actually be evened up by bringing it firstly through there, bringing it up through the opposite one, and then bringing it down again, and then just gently tightening up again, like so. So we've got it like that. We turn it so that we've got this part on the top again. Make sure it's home. Now this knot needs the same tension all the way through, but you don't want to over tighten it, because if you, I'll just show you, if you keep it fairly slack, so that one goes over its next partner, the partner comes over that one, yeah, then goes over that one, and then we've got a design like so. Hope you can see that. Design like so, and then this last fourth one is going to go down through there to start our square knot. Just tighten that up like so. Again, this one goes over its partner, partner goes over his partner, and his partner goes over the last partner. The last partner delves down through the first hole there, like so. And the idea is that you carry on for 11 inches. Now I'm going to do 11 inches of that purple. You can do whatever colour you want, and I don't think the measurements of 11 inches is critical. It could be 10 inches, something like that, or you can have as long as you want. You can change the colours as many times as you want. But can you see that it's starting to go along? I'll just show you the other test piece that I did earlier. I wanted to work out the dimensions and everything, so that's pretty flexible, but you can see where I'm going with that, and I've just did a test on how to join the cords together, but we'll come to that a little bit later. So I'll go forward now and do my 11 inches of purple, and I'll come back to you. Well, welcome back. There's the 11 inches of the purple. If you've got this far, if you're participating in this video, well done. 20. That's 11 inches. Only 21 more inches to go, but different colours. So what I've done here is I've cut off about an inch. You need that inch to actually be able to connect the next section. Now these are two pieces of grey I've got here on my lap, and they're 60 inches long, each of them 60 inches. So all we're going to do is heat up that one, try and get them a bit melty at the same time. This can go wrong, and does. Hold them together. And it's best just to give it a bit of a pull, not too much because you rip it off, because we're going to be tying that, and it's got to be fairly strong. So we're going to do exactly the same here. Take it to about an inch, cut that one off, that one, that's a bit short, that one, and about an inch there. That's a bit long, never mind. Wow, I've just realised my mistake there. We don't want two 60-inch pieces, we want four 30-inch pieces, don't we? So let's just cut that one in half. We'll join it to that one. course they would have been 60 inches if we was just tying two together, but it's 4 pieces, isn't it? You have to be fairly quick with this, or else it will go off. Give it a bit of a squeeze. Never sure if you've done it until you start giving it a little bit of a tug. Yeah, that's okay. One should be okay. So this 60-inch piece we need to cut in half. Join that one. Just give it a bit of a squeeze. You don't want a great big thick join there. I mean, you can just trim a little bit off, but not too much. Yeah, that one's okay. Let's hope that we're good with the last one. We've got a bit of an audience today. I do perform better with an audience. Just over the back there, you'll see the chicken that I carved not long ago, Mr. Cocker. Who else we got? We got Don the duck, and we've got Mr. Jazz. What about Mr. Jazz? I like Mr. Jazz. He's probably one of my favourite fingerlings that I made. But they're all sat there, going to give me either the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Just about there, I think. Right, so we're going to continue now with our square knot. The only consideration here is these joins. So let's just put that one over, that one over. So start again. I usually put my thumb up through the first one. That one over, that one over, that one over, and then back down through where I have my thumb, like so. And it's a matter of teasing these joins through the knot. Now we know that they're a bit scrunchy, so we want them to go past the loops they're going through. If we can get them through the loops, because they do tend to stick on the underside of the threads like that one is, but he's through. So we got 3 through. There's just this one here. It's probably the short one. I've got sound effects outside at the moment because the sun's come out. It's been cloudy all morning, and we've got a family next door. They seem to be enjoying themselves. Right, so there we are. We've just got those inch parts through. You can see where that one's slightly bigger than an inch. That one's not quite through actually, but that was the short one. I think we'll possibly leave that one where it is. Not really happy with it. Right, so there we are. Then we'll thumb up, round the thumb, over there, over there, over that one, I think, over that one, and then this one comes down through where my thumb is. So this is the 6-inch portion that we're doing now. I think I've messed that one up. Just backtrack on that. So there we are, thumb up through there. This one round the thumb, that one over. This one's got to come, well that one should be over there. That one's got to come over there, and then this one can come down where the thumb is. And hopefully we've been successful this time. bad. Obviously a bit delicate here where the knots are, until we get onto the next piece of knotting, and can't really say if we got away with it or not. But they do give out, so you have to redo them. It's easy as that. Let's get another one in quickly so that we're safe. And down where the finger was. You can give it a bit of a pull now, you see, now that we know that we've got some tension going through the knot. Get away with it. So there we go. So I've got 6 inches of grey now to do. Looked on by a few of my friends over here. Here's the cockerel. Quite pleased with him. Made out of a little piece of wide branch off of the tree that hangs over from next door. And there's Don, the duck. I've done a tutorial on him. And I've done a tutorial on Jazz. But I don't feel as though I'm good enough at carving at the moment to start doing tutorials on carving. But I'm getting there. Anyway, getting back to the point, I'm going to do 6 inches of grey now, and I'll come back to you. Hi, well there's the 6 inches of grey. We used 4 15-inch pieces to travel from the purple upwards. I've cut off to about 1 inch. There was a little bit extra over, but cut them to about 1 inch. I've then put what's that? That's 50. It's about 12.5 inches, I think. Let me just double check that. Or was it 25 inches? I think it might be 25 inches. Yeah, 25 inches, 4 times 25 inches of green, and we're going to do the same as we did before. Over, 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 and then down through that first one again with this one. And we're going to work the knots through the knot, just gently, until we've got all 4 in a reasonable position. That one needs to come through a bit more, so there's that. Slide that knot underneath there. It's inevitable that you're going to have some knots showing. It's like this one here. He's going to be on the outside. But when we actually wind this thing up into where we want it, we can do our best to hide the knots away. I'm not going to pull too much more on that because it's still a bit delicate there. So we're going to shoot off onto the next part of the knot. Finger up through that one. Over, over, and then down through. And again, still not pulling too much on these until we get to the next part of the knot. Now this is going to be the 5-inch part. We've done a 11, 6, and then this is 5 inches. 5-inch piece of green, and as I say, there's 4 25-inch pieces joined to it. So I'll carry on up there I might do this one, do the yellow, and come back to you on the red. See you soon. Well, good morning. Welcome back to this little project. Sorry about any background noises you might be hearing. It's a really hot day outside and the kids next door got their swimming pool out. So I want to get this finished, so I thought I'd press on. You can see I've done the 4 inches of yellow, joined onto red, and I'm up to 4 inches of red at the moment. I need to get to 6 inches. So we'll quickly go through this. We've got to then turn our attention to making the eyes and the mouth and how we put it all together. Quite basic really, bit of super glue here and there. As you might see, we've got a different audience today. Last audience was on about social distancing, but these 3 guys here don't seem to mind at all. The bat seems to be in charge. He obviously belongs to the witch just here, and this ghost, he doesn't seem to be worried at all about social distancing. But we'll see if we get the thumbs up from them or not. Not too fast if I do or not really, but it's nice to get an applause at the end. Let's see how we do. It's really quite time consuming, this project. I mean, I'd done all that square knotting yesterday and I thought I'll give it a rest, watch a bit of television or something. Sometimes I stay up here in my little attic room and complete, but it's best to relax for a while after doing something like this. As I say, we're just going around with the square knot as we did yesterday, hopefully to get to 6 inches and we can finish this off. I'll take a break, start making or getting ready to making the eyes so that I can show you a quick way of doing it rather than you having to suffer the whole thing, because it is, as I say, quite time consuming. Let's put him over there with his friends. I'll have a measure up now, I think. Getting close to 6 inches of red. Of course, to get these 6 inches of red, I needed 4 30-inch pieces of red. I've done that one wrong, or not to my liking anyway. As I say, I put my thumb up, go around the thumb. The one that I've just gone over the top of, I go over, and then the last one, just go down through the thumb. But where you're doing so many of them, it gets a bit monotonous, and you forget where you are. Probably half a dozen times I've had to backtrack. Reminds me of my first project I ever made, which was a dog's lead, and I decided to do it in the square knot, and it was horrendous because I was wielding 4 lots of something like 50 feet of each colour. Turned out okay. I wasn't over pleased with it, but it's still used with the dog. Well, not my dog, but a friend's dog when it comes over. Right, let's have a measure there. Hopefully we're close to 6 inches. I reckon we're 5. 5 and a bit, about another 4 knots I think. I've done it again. I left one out. Put him over there. No, start again. thumb, over, over, over. Frustrating when you get one wrong, especially when you're on camera, but hey, that's what it's all about, learning, having a bit of fun. Right, that's one. Do two more and I think we're just about there. See, those 30-inch pieces are getting quite small now. What does help, I'm not doing it at the moment, is have some decent music in the background while you're doing this sort of thing. I listen to a particular radio station, Virgin it's called in Britain, and sort of music I like to listen to. I find it quite relaxing and distracting from this. Right, 6 inches we hope. One more. There we go. 6 inches of that. Right, I better find some super glue. Right, we're going to, first of all, so it doesn't come undone, touch just in the centre of the knot with the smallest amount of super glue. Then we're going to bring these to the top, like so. Cut them off, I would say it's 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch. About there. Heat them over. And just put them to a bit of a point. It's not painful, I assure you. Got skin like a rhinoceros. One more. Right. Touch of super glue up on the insides of all of those four. Like so. And then I'm going to bring them up and hopefully do a good job of sticking them together. They're getting away from me at the moment. I think my super glue's gone off. Let's have a go. Might need some more super glue. No, I think we're winning. I will put a bit more on, just to make sure. I can see one's loose there. Well, if not all of them. Bring them up together. That's got it, sort of. I'm sure you'll do a better job than me. So there we are. What we got? We got a total of, what did I work it out at? Well, we know it's about 50 feet all told, but we got an 11, which was 110 pieces, a 6 inch, which was 4 30-inch pieces, a 5 inch, which was 4 25 pieces, a 4" of yellow, which was 4 pieces of 20". And then we reverted back to the 6" piece, which is another 4 pieces of 30. I hope I've got that right. I'll put it in the details below. We're obviously going to be winding this up and gluing it as we go, but we'll do that in a minute. What I think I'll do is turn off there, get things ready for making the eyes and the mouth, and be back with you shortly. Welcome back. You see, I'm just twirling, as I call it at the moment. I've got this garden nylon, and I'm trying to make his eyes. Yeah. So we're going to come out twirling this white cord. You could do it in 2mm. As I say, this is about 1mm. Really quite awkward to actually twirl. I use the 2mm for its mouth. Now the dimensions that I've come up with is that across the complete eye is 3/4 of an inch. The black of the eye, which is done exactly the same way, but I leave a hole in the middle so that the white shows through. That's just about 1/4 of an inch. Once you've achieved that, glue it together. Put a bit of black 1mm around the edges. Similar sort of thing with the mouth. 2mm on that one, but we've gone to the diameter of, what was that? That was 1.5 inches, and again just edged with some 2mm black. So I'm going to push on and make those. Then I'll come back to you and we'll put it all back together. Welcome back. Here we are. I pinned it all together to a position where I wanted it, and then just glued round the edges. It doesn't show all that much. And then the eyes and the face, I've got those pinned on at the moment. Probably have them something like that. Yeah. Now I'll glue those on. Close up. I glue those on and I come back to you. Well, there we go. All complete. There's the original. Happy chappy. Here's his evil brother. Not so happy, but I like him just as much. Decided to put a coloured mouth on him. But yeah, not too bad. It's come out similar. I think I still prefer the original. But there you go. What do you think, clan? Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Way, 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 way. Thank you very much. That wasn't me. See you later.